environment. You got all equipment here, but you have to train the people readily for that particular equipment. So you go do the training with them, then you put them on the machine. They must do practical on the rainy season here. Julius, let's wait and see what happens. But if the government will put the money there, I will tell Brandon Samuka, look, don't even talk about senator job because you'll be more than the power minister. The power minister will be sitting down there now. Because you know what I mean.
The government seems ready. But there is an issue about the loan money that brought in the yellow machine, whether it was approved by the legislature. Some of the senators and representatives have asked, said they don't remember that. Well, someone argued that they put money in the budget to pay towards the yellow machine. So that could be an acquiescence to the loan deal.
Okay, let me leave that side. That's the political side. That's why I say our country is bleeding. And these are the wounds that have been created on the country to bleed. Let's even say that it was approved. Forget about the political side. But you know what happened? The road fund is now being used as collateral. Two areas right now. The road fund will be the one paying for that loan that have been taken from central bank. The road fund will be giving 10, 50 million.
I think EcoBank.
Yeah, the EcoBank. The road fund is now going to be used towards, and we are getting raising average 40, 42 million now from the road fund. You take 50 million now and give it to, how they call it, Sierra Leone Highway. You take another 10 million now and give it to Yellow Machine debt payment. Then before you talk about the maintenance, before you talk about the road fund activities, and the road fund got law. The road fund law says it got ratio of expenditure, what amount you can spend on rehabilitation and what amount you can spend on road maintenance. So yes, this year there will be money because Asla Meta bringing 200 million out. You can use on anyhow. But next year, the whole differential will sit down. The country will not move. Because Asla Meta now bringing 200 million next year. So when the differential sit down now, that's the time we'll know.
What do you mean when the differential sits down?
But the differential is what that carries the car, right? Mm-hmm. So for the government, are the money that can carry the government. So the only thing the government will do is shut down plenty things and say, look, this is a political primary. We're going to be putting the money in the yellow machine work. And no community one phase road will send the money there. That's not going to be. So I see two things happening. If they have to keep running Samuka, I know he has a military man. He likes results. They get to put 20 million out for him every year. Other than that, he will resign.
Okay. Now, CSA 2025 report. You've been writing about it and all of that. But before that, what is your experience? The merger of Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Planning to MFDP, and this whole thing that happened with the Ministry of Transport and the Library Traffic Management, whatsoever it is. What is it?
The first thing, foundationally, I like to start my conversation with where I started from last year. I told you the most dangerous entity in the government under the regime was the CSA. The CSA laid the foundation for the wounds of the country. Because the CSA projected a situation that the whole payroll system was bloated, that was ghosting, that was waste money on it, to the extent that they were going to come and clean the wage bill. Unfortunately, that is not happening. And until the CSA director himself recognizes that it's got by nomenclature, but by operation, the CSA is get like the HR manager for the country. They got HR manager. You're not equated to any minister and think that you can control the agency. You can control the working in the agency. I think that is what creating the problem. And the director general should know that the director general is just for nomenclature, but technically you get HR manager. The health minister can tell you, these are the people I want to employ, go process them. You got nothing to do with it. All you have to do, follow the HR process and employ them. You can't tell Minister of Health, I'm going to suspend your staff. No. The Minister of Health can tell you, I suspended this staff, please document it, and blah, 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 blah.
Is that not what is happening?
No, that's not what's happening. Listen to what happened before we go to that report. Whatever the government is doing with the transport, here's the point. I hear some argument that CDC government signed that agreement. Let's agree. Without a meeting, right? But CDC government signed agreement with a contractor to pave the road to go to RIA. You came and said, you know what? The way you signed that contract, we're not satisfied with it. We're reviewing it.
Yeah.
Huh? CDC government signed contract with a company to renovate the executive, the how they call the place? The foreign affairs. The contract was signed, you can't pay. You get cancer, you say you carry the man to court.
Yeah. Sure.
So what you not capable of doing? CDC had procurement officers, Minister of Finance, you can't. In fact, the HR Minister of Finance was fired because they say he recruited people. When the man was HR director, he had nothing to do other than what his boss is telling him. You fire the man. So common contract concession like that one you couldn't cancel. So that agreement doesn't survive. The government decides to contract that or concession or the CSA, the HR, let me not say the CSA that manager, because let me just say the government HR officer, which we name as Director General just to give some dignity to it, but actually get HR manager, does not have the capability or the latitude, the cloud to go into transport ministry and say, we are going to restructure the divisions. No. The ministry is created by an act. The authority, the functionary is determined or was determined by the legislature. If for any reason the legislature feels that now its functions has elapsed and they want to transition it, you go back to the legislature with an act to amend the act of Minister of Transport and say, from today, Minister of Transport will now be giving lesson to airplane, they will be giving lesson to, to pilots, and they will be in the air, the LTN will be on the ground, period. That's CSA.
Well, the legislature is sitting there. They are just there. They're not doing anything. We have been talking forever and ever. There was a letter from the presidency that clearly took out the functions of transport ministry, even though the legislature have passed a budget that says only transport ministry will do this in 2026. So, that budget law has not been amended, Benedict. The legislature is sitting there. Your CDC lawmakers are part of it. They're sitting. They are taciturn. They are tight-lipped.
So, Julius, here is what happened, right? I told you our country is bleeding. The Liberian people have believed, those who want me or those who narrowly voted Joseph Yuma Boakai have believed that Joseph Yuma Boakai has the experience, 45 years. He's going to move the country. They don't want to be thwarted by that. They don't want to accept that that has failed the Liberian people. So the way the legislature work, I don't like to dive into that. I like to go into the product because you can be a CDC lawmaker in there and you can have your strong voice. You can need 35% to say, yeah, you are 73. So even if 20 CDC lawmakers says no.
Yeah, but at least let them talk. Let them talk. Let them make noise.
But the one we're doing
during your tenure, you have less opposition lawmakers, but they were very positively noisy. And because of their noise, they changed certain things. No, they were certain things did not go through.
No, they were not positive. They were aggressively negative, and we were over accommodative, we were over benevolence, and it happened. For example, a senator said he was going to stone the president convoy. You heard that? Which of our senator has said that here? So that whole deal, the side I'm looking at is that we are in a political turmoil. We are in a situation where our country is bleeding. Laws are not being respected. People are abrogating onto themselves a power that they don't have. HR manager for the country feels that he is the all and all. He can do anything to people. You see the results that are coming up. And I have said that over the period of time.
Let us go to the report. We have just 10 minutes. Let's look into it. Next week again, anytime we can bring you on.
So the first thing I said to you, in 2024, the CSA made a report that laid the foundation for all the destruction, all the wounds that the country is faced with. In that report, on page, I can tell you it was page 12 or page 10, the CSA says it reduced the government wage, the number of employees in government. The CSA said that it had been able to reduce that. And the CSA, primarily in page number 10 on the CSA 2024 report, the CSA said they met 67,746 persons on the government payroll. Mm-hmm. And they were able to reduce it to 60,900. So meaning that the whole of 2024, they didn't employ new people in the government.
And that is not true?
Logically, how do I call it? This is very illogical to believe that the CSA will tell us they took over. The only thing they were doing, they were cleaning the mess from CDC according to them. Okay, that beside the issue. Now, CSA comes, that's the foundation. There's complete disconnect between what they said 2024 and what they said in 2025. In the 2025 report, you find out on page 5, 2025 report of the summary, the CSA says, Julius, you got your calculator, right? Because I want to do calculation here. If you have that report, I want you to go to page 5.
Which one? The 2025 CSA?
2025 CSA report.
Let me open it. This is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. We have with us Benedict.
And mind you, that's got the human being side. I will go to the financial side, and you will see some of the things that are not speaking with the Ministry of Finance. But within the report itself, the report is not speaking to itself. It's contradicting itself. So the CSA said it had. You got it.
I'm coming.
Because I want the Liberian people to know that. Because I see a lot of the UP guys, they were always insulting me, and I know why they insult me, because I don't lie. I don't do propaganda. Those days they were lying, doing propaganda. So you want to do propaganda, they will continue to be arguing. But because I'm talking truth from their reports, they would say all kinds of things about me. Well, I don't care.
Okay, yeah, I am there. Page what, 5?
Page 5 of the 2025 report. Mm-hmm. You will see a metric there. They said they added 3,406 on the payroll. You see one little metric there.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
how many there?
3,406.
Add 3,406 to 60,900.
Okay, let me use my calculator on the other side. You said what? 60,000.
900
plus
3,406.
406. 64,306.
Okay. Check on that same table that you took that number from. In the report, what the total number of civil servants they say that there?
Total workforce, 63,130.
Why you got on your calculation?
64,306.
Minus, what is the difference? 1,700 plus. So the CSA didn't account for 1,700 plus. Because if you said last year that you were left with 60,900 and you get summarized, you say you only put 3,440 on the payroll, and you say you got 63,000, what kind of math is that? And the arrogance about, professional arrogance about this is, we are raising the issue, we are writing as professionals. The CSA doesn't have the guts to say, you know what, this is something that we see mathematically is wrong. We are going to correct our report. And the president sees it. And the whole government is like, yes, this is it. And when this is not speaking to the budget. So you see that? So CSA say it got 63,130 people on the published wage bill. But in actuality, the number they reported last year, 60,900, plus the one they are reporting, 3,406. When you put it together, it's 64,306, not 63,110. 63,130. So on that side, the CSA is completely in a mess. Completely in a mess. I want you to go to page, Julius. I want you to go to page 12 on 2025 report, page 12.
Page 12, yeah, I'm on page 12.
Page 12, there's a table there that talks about the category of the sectoral representation of the various. If you have time, 11 sector, when you calculate that 11 sector, the total number there is 64,424. You want to calculate that? If we have time?
They want public administration. 4,788.
Yes.
Municipal government 5,700.
If you calculate all of that, it will get 64,424. But if you go below on that same table,
the total is 63,130 here.
What can I report here? Because you are anxious to defend people who sincerely worked and brought this country to stability after Unity Party had a dubious and a dangerous dual payroll system. We did that system and put it on the path for you to get move ahead. I'll tell you, the CSA right now just need one M&E director. CSA has no work to do. You just need one M&E director to look at the GSC report on the payroll harmonization we did and get follow up with agency and make sure you make the correction. Nothing, no work at CSA. So that's why they get running around. So I want to show you something again. In that same CSA report, go to page and in that report in 2024, the CSA made the world to believe that the payroll was so dirty from the CDC to the extent that they said they saved around 15 million in 2024. But yet the wage bill went from 282 million to 316 million. How you be saving from the payroll and money going now? They didn't stop there. You take 2024 report. There's a whole page there on page 12. He predicted that in 2025 they were going to save $10 million from the government wage bill.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about that last year.
So it means that 2025 there was another loose money of 10 million sitting on the wage bill. He took in the 2025 report there is no mention about that money, whether they took that money from there or not. And in fact, the wage bill has gone up to 355 million. This government started with a wage bill of 23.5 million, according to the CSA. Every month. According to the CSA 2024 report, page 10. They said they reduced the wage bill from 23.5 to 21.1. So meaning that we can take our own 23.5. Today, if you divide 355 million, divide the budget 355 million by 12. The current wage bill is $355 million.
Why is it 355?
Because they have created something they call additional compensation, other compensation. Mm-hmm. We only have $6.1 million for consultancy where we used to pay people to Memorial City Corporation and other places. He said that money was too much. He dropped it down to 1.4 according to him. But today, additional compensation has gone to $26 million.
355 million divided by 12 is 29.5 million.
So you now have 29.6, 29.58 or 59.
558.
So you got $29.6 million as our monthly wage bill as compared to 23.5 that they said it was too huge. Look, the country is bleeding. In fact, the 3,406 civil servants that the CSA mentioned that they enrolled on the payroll, it was just health worker volunteers, health and education. MCSS, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. Besides that, nobody else was employed on the payroll. That's a blatant lie. You cannot tell me since the Union Party took over, politically it's inexpedient. Politically, you cannot even convince anybody that you didn't employ some of your people on the payroll. So you know the trap that hanging in 2030? When we take over, you will see a balloon of wage bill because they are hauling the wage bill. They are not reporting the number of people that are on the payroll. My people, our country is hailing for danger. The guys are lying to the president. I get read, you know, the CSA, I told you that girl HR manager job. The CSA ain't got no work to do. They're doing something they call, I don't know how to call it, credential verification. Mm-hmm. This is what I saw. I got told two of those reports. This is what I saw in it. The people who said they employ in government. I told LACRA report on page 7 of that report. 2024 LACRA employed 12%, according to the CSA herself. 2024 LACRA employed 12%. 2025 LACRA employed 7%. That's 19. Mm-hmm. He didn't add it to the number that he reporting in the 63. Miss Honor reported 63,130. The judiciary, according to him, in 2024, judiciary employed 45%. 2025, judiciary employed 30%. There is an employment of 11 that he could not account for. In his own report, he know when the people got employed. So that total 86. 86 plus 19, how much is that? 100 and some more, 105. That is not even part of the honor reported 63,110. What kind of country we in that sincerity? The only way you can run the government is to defame the other people and filibuster and present lies to the people. Look at how our country is bleeding. You get concession of $364 million to a company that does not have the money to invest. And you make the Liberian people to think that you are doing good for them. But the company will hold our money for almost 15 years before they come back to complete the road. You couldn't tell the Liberian people we are doing one layer road, we'll come back and finish it. So the whole CSA thing, I think we need to reach to some point and cancel the whole CSA thing because no job to that place.
No, you have hundreds of people working there. They go to work every day.
You put them somewhere else because this is an HR manager job. And we now see, look at what the CSA did. To tell you that the CSA is an HR manager job. The Director General went to Phoebe You know I'm a Lutheran, right? We got a place. The people were in serious conflict. But he went there, what happened, what didn't happen. The next day we heard on radio, on MICAT press release, that they suspended 7 persons. The same time the Minister of Health was discussing with those people, the minister said, no, we can't suspend nobody here. You get HR manager, we don't want to tell you suspend somebody, that not you. That what in effect the Minister of Health was saying, the general HR manager for the country is the CSA Director General. So I think we need to reduce that name because people feel they're in opposition Director General.
Well, it is an error recognized in the Constitution. It is supposed to be a commission. It's supposed to be a commission.
Yeah, that's why
we're supposed to make it a commission so that it is apolitical.
Yeah, so if you take it from being apolitical, it plays like an advocacy role. That position is almost like advocacy role, advocating for civil servants, make sure their rights are not violated. Make sure the government too is not exploited by civil servants. So it's really an advocacy role. It's not an authoritative role. Because Julius, I'm the Minister of Health. I say I need to employ 3 persons, 200 persons. The only reason why I will not employ them, it means I don't have money in my budget or the finance minister doesn't do the allotment for me. If finance minister gives me $1 million this year to employ people, hell, what's the CSA got to do it? I do my people, I do the pay and send it to them. I say, HR manager, please process the people that the people are putting on payroll this year. The HR manager can tell you no. HR manager will tell you, let's follow the recruitment process. That's all. So that job is actually get an advocacy job to make sure civil servants' rights are not violated. But right now, it's being used to threaten civil servants. The Ministry of Transport, the law provides, only the legislature can prescribe roles and responsibility for an entity. That press release I saw that CSA and Ministry of Transport signing, they will restructure those divisions. What will we also? That will not solve the people problem.
His name is Benedict Koluba. Let's take a few of your calls. 777-700-995. Sorry because of the LCC thing as it was. Yeah. But 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The numbers to call and you will be through. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Prince Mo Fatima, and I joined from the Gandhi Legal Center, FJ District 4.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Let me firstly say to the studio guest and listen to him as he spoke, even though he's one big brother for which we admire, but he's too political. He's trying to politicize everything that he do.
What is he politicizing?
Firstly, let us start with the issue of the yellow machine. I want you to know that this government has done whatever they feel they could in making sure that they research the issue of this machine, so that if this machine comes to this country, the issue of maintaining and storing this machine will be done effectively and efficiently by the government.
So you believe that the government will have everything in place, and what he's saying will not be the case, right?
Definitely, you don't know about everything in place, but I can show you that this government is a responsible government.
No, let's leave that one. I'm saying you said the man is politicizing. So I'm saying, so you believe that these concerns that he has raised are not they are not genuine. That the government will handle the machines as it should, right? Hello. We gotta be straight to the point. Don't be beating around the bush. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello. I'm Edward W. Shannon Jr. and I call from town from Center for the Back Settlement.
Go ahead.
My brother, the guy that is in the studio, or the brother that is in the studio rather, I'm enjoying the guy like I'm eating the food ever. Let me tell you something.
Why are you enjoying the man? Because you are against the government, the man dealing with the government, so you enjoying him. Like, what are you enjoying him for?
No, Judas, listen, my DNA, you come from Iogate all the way to 17. People know me here to be United Partisan.
Okay.
I'm a United Partisan, but I'm not a blind loyalist. I knew very well that Josiah Joker is up for trouble and he's slipping off the right road. That guy is 100% correct. That civil service job is more or less an HR manager that's supposed to advocate and make sure that we say what's selling do not exploit government. Thank you for the picture.
Okay, thanks. So kindly, your line went back. Let's take Deputy Minister Frederick Cooper. Frederick, welcome.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you for having me on your platform this evening. My extension has been due, especially to the issue around the yellow machine, and like how Benedict Koluma, my own brother, has discussed this last evening. And I like the question you asked him. Where are you getting the numbers and the data from? Your information should not be based on assumption. If you will continue the information on assumption, then give the management team that have been, formulated by the president to run this yellow machine, gives them an opportunity to start their job. Then, of course, if there are information or data coming from them, you can do analysis around the data and come up.
But is it not possible to run some analysis around it, especially if you worked at Ministry of Finance before and you know how things can move, things can operate? You and I know, Fred, that running those machines throughout the country, the 15 counties, that's a Herculean amount of money needed.
I spent over 11 to 16 years of my life working in the Ministry of Finance. Like Benedict Koluma, he met me there. In fact, we sat in the same office. I am not disputing that the running of the yellow machine will not incur costs. But all I'm saying, you cannot sit and assume, just throw out things.
But Chief, you are a financial person, and you know that economics make assumptions. You know that one. You can make all kind of assumptions based on what you know.
So what does Benedict Koluma knows now that he's basing his assumption on?
Okay.
Are there any basis for his assumption?
Okay.
So what are the basics?
Okay.
And you did ask him the question there clearly, and he did not say anything. But then where are you getting these figures from? And he did not answer that question.
Okay, thanks so kindly. He's right here. He will answer. Let's go international. Let's go international quickly. We're almost out. This will be the final one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius. This is Jacob Gossin again. I followed the show and I heard what the lady said from the LACC. I will inbox you some of those documents, and I will challenge you as well to go to check to the central bank, and this information is available. But let me speak to Honorable Benedict Koluma. Benedict Koluma, if it comes to the conversation with too much political things, then you're not succeeding the argument. Your arguments are vague. How many local construction companies have you given federal in that country? I've gone to all 15 counties in Liberia. So if, as the way you're saying it, if you are giving local contractor feeder roads, but I think most of the roads are not open. Sometimes we come to the conversation. Let's come with accuracy and boldness. Let us stop the political kind of argument. We agree that unity party can afford your government, but when you come into the disco,
so are you also saying that there are not local contractors that do feeder roads in the country?
There are local contractors that do feeder roads. How many of them? How many feeder roads have they done? That he answer his own question.
No. You the one asking that question. So I think that you supposed to answer it. Because the man is saying
so
that.
I will challenge it. I have gone to all 15 counties in Liberia, and I know all 15 counties, and he can I can show him more than all the rules that I know. No real feeder road in that country, in the interior part, that they have been given to any local contractor.
Okay.
Most of the feeder roads they give to local contractor are well within the capital city.
Okay, thanks. So kind of hurry that the time is out. Ben, you have just 1 minute.
Let me answer him quick. In my home in Lofa County, the road from Golu, from Bonge Junction going into Payakola is now under rehabilitation by a local contractor. Okay. The road from Zozo going to Zelapara is under construction. The road from Kolahun to Vahun is under construction by local contractor. So you can't say that. So I can't say that. Federal Corporate, let me tell you this. I'm not going to throw you no more. I'm analyzing and speaking from Brandon Samukai. Brandon Samukai said he will pay people on the average salary of 400. That's what he said. The first day the machine came, he said he will need 1,000 person. The next day he said 1,300. So let's say 400 times 1,300. That's where I got my number from. It's 400 and 1,200. You see here, Julius, 400 and 1,300. It's 520,000 per month. Multiply that by 12 months. How much is that? is $6.2 million. I'm not fabricating the numbers. Brandon Samoka said he will need around $700,000 to build each of those 19 hubs. Multiply 700,000 times 19. It's 30.
700,000 times 19 is 30,300,000.
Okay, get even make it 250,000. Pay 250,000 times 19.
250,000. We have to run
Times 19.
Times 19 is 4.7 million.
Okay, make it even 150,000. You can't build another place less than 150,000. Make it 150,000. So, Frederick, I'm well
150,000
inclined with what I'm doing. I don't lie on
times
people.
19 is 2.8 million.
So, right now, Brandon Samoka will need $2.4 million to start building those places. So, you're telling me I throw in numbers? You didn't envision that this was going to happen. That's the reason why I stay away from it, because I know you have learned from some of these things and correct your mistake. But send the machine in here now, we'll start telling you the brilliant that will come.
Okay. Thanks so kindly, Benedict Koluba. We'll have you here again. And again, it's always open. We always try to bring people from government alongside him to debate. People do not show up, so you really cannot blame us. If people should come in, you come. Why, you say?
They know I don't lie. Two, I use their own report and analyze. So they can't vote. They will never debate with me. If you bring a propagandist here, you get, George, we are paying 22 quarter million. They will be ready for that one. But me, they will never be ready, because I get taking their, I even finished with CSA report here.
Okay. Thanks so kindly, Ben. That's how we go. My name is Julius. Tomorrow is another day.